Hey, I'm Sarah Henson, email copywriter and strategist, and I'm a self-confessed tech geek. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your GDPR compliance if you're using ConvertKit. Now, there's two phases to this. The first phase is actually getting the consent from your subscriber. And then the second phase is actually what do you do with that information to make sure you continue to use ConvertKit in a GDPR compliant way. Okay, so first of all, what we want to do is set up a subscriber form. And I've got a video that shows you actually how to do that, specifically to embed your subscriber forms into Squarespace, and I'll link that down below. But once you've set up your forms, what you need to do is turn on the ConvertKit GDPR compliance checkbox. So this is an embedded form here on my website. So when people add their name and email address and then they press yes, I want to get that freebie, they get shown this little checkbox so that they can say yes, they want to see promotional emails about products and services, and yes, they consent to allow their data to be used for marketing and personalized ads, and then they press subscribe. They can press subscribe without doing that, and then they won't be tagged with the appropriate tags within ConvertKit. That's all automatically set up in ConvertKit for you. But what you want to do is turn on this box. So what you need to do is go into your ConvertKit account. You go to account settings, which is here in the top right hand side. You drop it down to account settings, and you just scroll down to the bottom, and here you'll see subscriber consent options, GDPR compliance. And this is where you say you don't show to anyone, so you can turn it off if you want. Show to all subscribers after they opt in. Obviously, that's everyone who opts in. Or if you want to just show it to the people in the EU, determined by the IP address, which is all, again, automatically done by ConvertKit. This is the one that I have selected because, the GDPR regulation is only necessary for people in the EU. Okay, so once you've got that clicked on, your subscriber will see this. And of course, if they don't tick those boxes, they can still subscribe and get whatever that they are signing up for. They just won't get the tags that ConvertKit attribute to these checkboxes. So this is my subscriber dashboard. I scroll down, you'll see this is the segments and these are the tags. This GDPR email consent here is what ConvertKit adds to them when they say yes, they want to receive emails. And this one, GDPR advertising consent, is the tag that ConvertKit adds to the subscriber if they check the second box. So what we want to do is create some segments in your ConvertKit to be able to send people the correct information. So we're not breaking any rules. What we need to consider in this is when people opt in, are you sending them a welcome sequence? So I'm going to show you how to filter out the people who haven't consented in your welcome sequence, and then I'll show you how to set up a segment for your broadcast emails, which is your regular weekly emails that you'll be sending to your subscribers. So you want to go to automations, and you want to set up a rule that adds a tag when someone signs into any of your landing forms. So I have a rule that has all my forms here, and they get a tag called new subscriber. The reason I do this is because if we go back to automations, if you create a visual automation, you can only have a maximum of 5 triggers in the top. So what I do, I rather add a tag with a rule rather than an automation, a visual automation, so that then my trigger in this automation is that the event is when a subscriber is tagged with new subscriber. So that means anyone who comes into my ConvertKit account gets tagged with a new subscriber tag, and they'll automatically go through this filter. Now, ConvertKit already has a filter set up that if someone's already gone through a welcome sequence, they won't get it again, or any sequence that you have, they won't receive the sequence again. It's just to prevent people getting the same sequence over and over again. That's an automatic thing that ConvertKit set up, so you don't have to worry about that. But what we're doing here, this was an automation that I recently set up. So they get the new subscriber tag. They then go into this filter where I ask the question, are they within the EU? Okay, so if they aren't in the EU, determined by the IP address, they won't have had that checkbox shown to them, so they won't have any tags anyway. So we know that it's compliant to send them the welcome sequence anyway. So if they're not in the EU, they automatically go into the welcome sequence. And once they've been through the welcome sequence, they have the new subscriber tag removed. You'll see that that is the minus sign there. They have that new subscriber tag removed. So I can always tell from my tags who's in a sequence at any one time because they've already had the tag removed. If they are in the EU, they also get asked this question: do they have the GDPR consent email tag? If they do have it, meaning that they've said, yes, I want emails, they'll go through the sequence. If they don't have it, meaning they haven't consented, I then tag them with this GDPR no consent delete tag. This is something I've set up myself so that I can later, at any point, delete them from my account because I don't need to send them anything because they've not consented. And then that each of those, again, so if they go through this email sequence, they'll have this new subscriber tag removed from them, and then that's the end of the automation. And so that way, you know that this is through this welcome sequence, only people who are not in the EU get the sequence, or they are in the EU and have said yes to consenting to receive emails will go through the sequence. Everyone else will get this delete tag. And then what we need to do next is make sure we've got a segment for our broadcast emails. So we go back to subscribers so that we make sure that we don't send them any emails because, of course, we want to stay GDPR compliant. So this is where I create my segments. I have a segment here with EU just so I can see how many people are in the EU. This one is the non-consent EU segment. So I've created a segment. So all you have to do is press create a segment and set it up. And so my filters on this is that anyone who's in the EU and they have not got, because matching none means they don't have it. They do not have the GDPR email consent tag. That's the one that ConvertKit automatically creates for them. So anyone who is in the EU and hasn't consented are in this segment. Okay, and I see that those are 3 subscribers. And if I actually just go to this, which is this one here, non-consent EU, these are all my test ones that I've done as I've been testing, as you can see. So I've not consented for any of these. So I know that these people are just myself. But I have that segment there, which then comes into play when I have my main list. So whenever I send my broadcast emails, I send it to my main list segment. So the main list segment is basically all my subscribers, which also includes people who aren't in the EU. And then you'll see that they're all subscribers and matching none, as in they aren't within this segment here, which is the non-consent EU segment. Now, you might find that this is a little bit convoluted in terms of many steps involved, but it's a great way to be able to, at a glance, see how many people we've got on the main list. We've got 156, and how many people aren't consented, which are 3, and I've got another one here, which is for the EU. I've got 48 subscribers. As you can see, I've only just started building my email list. So that's how you set up. So when you go to send your broadcasts, you want to then make sure that you're sending to subscribers within a segment, which is main list. And then I'm making sure that I'm only sending to people who are not in the EU and those in the EU who have consented. I hope that makes sense. And then obviously you go through the next steps to make sure that you're sending your broadcast email to those people. I hope that helps you to make sure you stay GDPR compliant. I'll also link out another article about what GDPR for email is, so that you can really understand what this means for you in terms of what you're sending and how you're holding people's data. That's a really important one to have a quick look at if you actually don't understand the GDPR compliance regulations. But with having all of this, you need to make sure it's all very well collecting their data and getting their consent and that, but if you're not using it correctly within your ConvertKit account, then it's all pointless, really. So I hope that helps you with that. So if you want to keep updated on tips, tricks, and hacks to master your emails, your copy, and all the tech that connects it all, then just hit subscribe on the button below and the little bell, and you'll get notified of all the next videos that I'll be doing. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.